Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Don't Believe the Hype show. Once again, we are here, and I thank you all for tuning in every single week. Before we get into our show, I just want to tell you a little bit about the Purple Light Touch Foundation. Every proceeds that we make from the Don't Believe the Hype show helps to keep the foundation going, where we cater to women and young girls who are recovering from domestic violence, abuse, sex trafficking, cancer, any life altering situation. They can come to our foundation where they will get mentoring, they will get empowerment, they will get computer classes, they will learn how to make their own t-shirts. We teach them life skills here at the Purple Light Touch Foundation. And for those whose body is riddled with pain, we also offer massages to heal the body, the mind, the soul. And as you can see, we have got a beautiful woman sitting on the other side of us. And I know you are going to want to hear so much things about this lady because she is doing, it's called a
The Sister to Sister Symposium.
okay, sister to sister, whatever the last word she said. You know, Valerie Kelso is always going to butcher up some word because at the end of the day, I just keep it real. But before we get into the show, I want to tell you a little bit about my conference that I've got going on May the 11th at the Diamond Oaks Country Club, where you will learn how to take care of your body because valuing your body is your business. So without further ado, let's have a drum roll. We are going to get into Miss Mary because Miss Mary has got so an amazing event that's getting ready to happen right here in the DFW area. If you are not in the DFW area, you need to be here next week, May the 4th. So Miss Mary, tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much for
You,
inviting me to be a
you're
part of this
welcome.
show. Just a little bit about me. I'm just a city girl from St. Louis, Missouri.
No, you're not just.
Just.
No, you're not just. You are.
I am.
That's
I
right.
am a city girl from St. Louis, Missouri. I've been a Dallas transient now for about 13 years. So
Okay.
this is officially my home. And I'm a mom, a single mom of one beautiful daughter. She's a high school senior, getting ready to
Okay.
go off to college. My pride and joy, my everything. And I am the CEO and founding director of Pay It Forward Projects. We
Okay.
are a nonprofit organization based out of Dallas, and we serve both Dallas and Tarrant counties. And our mission is to service the unsheltered as well as low income families, our youth in the community, as well as African American women or Black women in the community through the programs and services that we offer.
So I met Miss Mary a few months ago when I was doing a homeless drive, and she reached out to me and she gave us some T-shirts to take out to the homeless, and that is how we are supposed to be as a community. We are supposed to one hand will help somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And although I've got a conference going on, that didn't mean I couldn't bring you onto my show to talk about
Absolutely.
yours because at the end of the day, we all supposed to help each other grow. That's how business grows.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And we as a black community, sometimes we forget about helping somebody else grow their business. So I want you to tell the audience a little bit about what you've got going on next week, Wednesday, Thursday,
Yes,
Friday, and
so
Saturday.
yes, ma'am. So the conference is going to begin on Thursday, May the 2nd, and it runs through Saturday, May the 4th. Our sessions start as early as 10 a.m. and they run throughout the course of the day because we have such a plethora of information, such an amazing roster of women who are coming to present to the community and just pour into women. The name of the conference is the Inspire Project Sister to Sister Symposium. And through the Inspire Project, which is our newest division of
Yeah.
Pay It Forward Projects, we seek to address the mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, and financial health, as well as well being of the Black American woman. Yes,
I was
ma'am.
going to ask you a question. Why did you call it the Inspired Project?
I call it the Inspire Project because over the past few years, I've had to deal with some very traumatizing experiences in my personal life while still trying to be a mom and while trying to be a business owner. And I was blessed to be connected with women throughout this community who are making a significant difference in the community through the work that they do.
Okay.
And a lot of times I would watch these women and what they were doing in the community via their social media outlets. And it was just an inspiration to me to see so many women that looked like me, that had
Yeah.
similar stories and things in common with me, pressing through despite of sharing their stories. And it was an inspiration to me. And I believe that we should aspire to inspire
Okay,
others.
that's nice. Well, that's it's more than nice. So, did God give you this vision, or how did you come around that you wanted to put on this the conference that's taking place next week, Thursday?
So I came into that, as I said, I went through like a pretty rough season. I went through a divorce, lost my mom, lost my dad, suffered sickness from COVID, and still having to go to work every day, do everything that
Yeah.
had to do. And sometimes we just need to know that there are other people that can identify with where we are in life, the circumstances that we face, and it's good to know that someone else made it. And so if I thought to myself, and the Lord gave me, you know, if you can make it, if you can learn and grow from these other people that I've blessed you to be connected to, there are other women who are like me, are like they are currently in the situation where I was. They might be feeling discouraged. They might not know which direction they want to take. So I thought to come up and bring these women together who can teach, who can pour into women, and who can tell them, hey, I get it. I get where you are, and there is a solution. There's a path.
Because many times we think that if we've gone through a divorce, that we can't get to the other side, because it's like so traumatic to our body, to our spirit, to our minds. And so we tend to want to shelter, or we'll go home and cry, we'll eat ourselves, keep eating food. And but many times I've noticed, and I'm from England, and I had to go through my own divorce and my own homelessness while I was trying to keep my business and trying to keep myself, to keep my own
Motivated.
mental, to
Yeah.
my own mental health, because it has a knock on your mental health. And so doing what I do here is was my safe. It's, to me, Purple Light Touch is my safe place
Yeah.
where I can write, I can create, I can do so many different things. And seeing other women on Facebook, but I find for myself, maybe because I'm from England, I'm a little bit more reserved. I'm not that outgoing person as some of the people who are over in this country, because I really don't know that many people. So I was glad that God dropped you into my spirit
Yes.
so that we can be connected. And I would like to connect with other women who want to share their story on this platform, that they can come in here and let people know it's all right to scream, it's all
Yes.
right to cry,
Yes.
it's all right to laugh and be you. There's nothing wrong with being you.
Yes.
And so I know that you're doing this big fancy word that I can't pronounce,
Symposium.
symposium,
Yes.
right? And you want to connect with a lot of women. What can are men allowed at this your conference, or is it just strictly just for women, or is it
Primarily, the conference is for women,
okay?
but we do have some sessions where we have invited the brothers to come and be a part because we want to hear from them as well. And that's when it comes to the area of relationships. On that final evening, we have a session called Mirror, Mirror on the Wall.
Okay.
Do I emulate what I'm looking for in a mate? And we have invited eligible single professional gentlemen to come in and talk to us about what marriage and what dating looks like for them. And they'll be joined on the panel with some other professional, successful business and professional
Yeah.
women who are also single, so that we can have a rounded perspective of what dating looks like today.
And that is good, because I always believe we always seem to leave the men out.
Yes.
And if we keep leaving them out, how are we going to get a good man if they don't know
Absolutely.
how to learn from a good woman?
Yes. That's absolutely
You know
true.
what I'm saying? Because you have to
Absolutely.
remember, Jesus learned from Mary.
Hmm.
Then his dad took him on later on in life and gave him a life skill. But the values didn't come from Joseph, it came from, look at your name,
His
it
mom.
came
He
from
came from
Mary,
Mary.
it
Yes.
came from the mother.
Hmm.
And that's why the Bible says, train your child in the way it should grow.
Yes.
Because even in Proverbs 31, at the beginning of Proverbs 31, there's a mother who's pregnant with a son in her
Hmm.
womb, and she says, please don't put your hands on women. Don't take strong drinks like the kings that have gone before you. I don't know if you know that about the
Yes. Yes.
Proverbs, because everybody missed that part out. So you've always got to be looking for a man that is true to God, who's not an alcoholic, who's
Hmm.
not going to be abusive, but it comes from the home
Yes.
before it can even, he gets out into the world.
And that's one of the things we're going to be talking about in the conference. We have a young lady, Theony Shannon. She's the host of Dating in Dallas.
Okay.
It's a local podcast here. And she's going to be facilitating that panel that I discussed with you. But prior to that, she'll be presenting on cultivating healthy relationships. So she'll be talking to our ladies about what that looks like from
Yeah.
various perspectives, relationships with our mothers and our daughters, our sisters and our friends. So all things positive and healthy, so we know what to get from relationships. We can recognize signs of toxic relationships, red flags, things like that that we often, dismiss. We're going to address all of those.
You know, the red flags, if you look at a traffic light, it has one, two,
Mm-hmm.
three. The red is usually the last one, because
Yes.
a red to me is all, it tells you, if you didn't see it here, you
This
didn't
is
see it
it.
here.
Mm-hmm.
The red one is like, basically it's too late. That's why you've
Yes.
got the green, you got the amber, and then you got the red. And if you don't
Absolutely.
turn around and see it on the amber, then you know it's too late.
Yeah.
So I want you to explain a little bit more about who's coming, because I know some of the ladies that are coming to your conference,
Yes.
like Cassandra and Dr. Tanya Cunningham.
Yes.
What are we going to expect at the
So, what
conference?
you can expect from the conference, the overall theme of the conference is called Real Life Issues. So, we're going to break that down into series. On Thursday, we'll have our Good Grief and Healthy Living series. As you mentioned, Dr. Cunningham is coming,
Yeah.
and she's going to be facilitating a panel discussion about my journey with grief. We're going to be talking with some amazing women from the community who have taken their grief and turned it into something positive. Our panel discussion consists of Ms. Cheryl Jones, who's known as the Queen of
Oh
Hearts.
yes, I love Miss Cheryl.
Yes, she is
Yes,
amazing.
I just love that
And
woman.
she has an
Yeah,
amazing, phenomenal
she
story
does.
of true love and unconditional
Oh no,
love
that's
as
right.
she stood by her husband through, sickness and illness. And she's going to come and share with us about going through grief when you've had time to
Yeah.
prepare. We have a young lady, Alicia Simmons, coming. Alicia is a young woman. She lost her son a couple of years ago. They were jogging at the park after church on a Sunday, and when they completed their run, he dropped and he passed away from a
Oh,
massive heart attack. He was 16 years
oh
old.
wow. And people don't
Yes.
think that young people can
Oh
go through
yes.
things.
Yes, they go through things and that was traumatic as you can imagine for her.
Talking about that, what age group is coming to your conference? What age group can we expect? Could a mother bring a daughter who's 12, 13? Because you know what I mean? Because some mothers have got daughters, and what are the age groups that can actually come to the conference?
So the age groups are adults, so 18 and over,
Okay.
because the conversations, some of the topics that we're going to be talking about can be pretty heavy and pretty weighted for young people. So the age of the conference would start from 18. So
Okay.
18 to gray.
Okay.
You don't have that much gray. but
Right.
it's going to be inclusive for all women because we're going to be
Okay.
hitting on some heavy subjects. We're going to be talking about life after loss. We're going to be talking about life during separation and after
Yeah.
divorce. We have our evening session, which is our healthy living series. We have an organization, Abundant Prosperity, coming. They focus on STDs within the Black
Okay.
American community. And they're going to come out and educate us on the disparities where it relates to HIV and AIDS in the Black American community. One reason why I decided to bring them in is that of all HIV and AIDS cases in the U.S., 16% of those cases are African Americans.
Okay.
However, 86% of that 16% are heterosexual Black American females. So we make up the largest majority
Yeah.
of HIV and AIDS cases in the U.S., heterosexual females. So we don't know that. The Bible says our people fail for the lack of
Lack of
knowledge.
knowledge. That's right.
So you need to come out and you need to educate yourself. And the majority of those women are over 40 years old. And
That's
the
right.
largest portion of them contact HIV or AIDS after the age of 55. When we think we can be fancy free and, there are no more babies and things like that, we forget it's
And
worse
then we
things
go
out
to
here than a
places
baby.
that, that
Yes.
people are not going to know that this is a lifestyle that we're doing because
Yes.
we think, oh yeah, we can get away
We can
with
get
it.
away with it.
Yes.
Yes. And the beautiful thing about that, we want to create a safe environment for everyone that comes to this conference. So in addition to educating women about HIV and AIDS in the community, Abounding Life will also have their medical truck on staff, on property, and they will be providing free HIV and AIDS
So when
testing.
you say black, because so are Hispanics and women, because it's not sometimes when we say black, people don't realize that Hispanic women come under the umbrella of black.
Yes.
Indian women come under the umbrella. As long as your skin isn't white, that comes under the umbrella of
Yes.
that once you got a pigment in your skin,
Absolutely.
you understand what I'm saying? So I just want to
Yes.
know, because you're saying it's just for black women, but also think that,
My daughter educates me. She's such a political person. She educates me. And I'm trying to get in the habit of doing what she says.
okay,
And she always says, Mom, it's people of color.
that's
We call it POC. And so this conference is for people of color,
okay.
women of color. Just like you said, if you have that black pigmentation in your skin, we're all relatable. We're
That's
all
right.
connected. Yes,
So
ma'am.
that's why I didn't want it just to be just for,
Yes.
because at the end of the day, it's not just us.
Yes.
Because what about, because my daughter's a mix, and do they say the white or do they say the black?
Right, right.
So,
And that's one reason why we chose to address these needs of the Black American woman versus the African American woman, because some people don't identify as
that's
African
right.
American, but we all can identify with being people of color,
That's
and
right.
falling within that black spectrum.
So that's what I just wanted you to let people
Yes.
know. It's people of color. If you've got some color, because my skin is different from your color, and I might not look at myself as being, I might say, well, my skin color isn't your skin color. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's when anyone out there who's got some pigment in the skin,
Yes.
the conference is for you. So I just wanted you to let the audience know
Yes,
this.
absolutely.
And I want to ask you a question. Where can they get a ticket if women want to sign up to come to your conference? Is there a link, a ticket link, or somewhere they can sign up?
Yes, absolutely. Number one, you can follow us on Facebook, and we are under Pay It Forward Projects. So Pay It Forward Projects is Pay It, the number 4 with a hyphen,
Okay.
WARD Projects. So Pay It Forward Projects. You can look us up on Facebook. You can follow us. There are multiple links to our ticket sales on there. You can
Okay.
also go directly to Eventbrite, eventbrite.com, and you can type in Sister to Sister. So Sister
Okay.
has a unique spelling. We are doing SISTAH, the number 2, followed by the same spelling, SISTAH.
So why did you have it at that spelling?
I just love it. Number one.
I'm gonna
To
tell.
be honest, I love it. It's a little bit sassy, you
Shall I
know.
tell you why? Because it
Yes,
sounds like something that a Caribbean person would say. What, sister?
yes,
With a H, you know what I mean?
yes,
Because I'm from the Caribbean, and that's how we would say, "What, sister?"
yes.
With a H, even though it hasn't got a H on the end. But now you put it like how we
Absolutely.
would talk.
Because when you think about it, when you're just in a comfortable space and you're talking to your girlfriends or you're talking about this, that, or the other, and that's what you say sister.
Yeah,
You know, I don't say sister, you know,
that's right.
but typically I say sister, you know. So we just wanted to put that little twang on it and you know, appeal to our ladies that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can anyone buy a ticket at the door if they wanted to come in and they couldn't get a ticket before?
Absolutely. You can purchase a ticket on the at the door as well.
Okay.
So we have three different ticket options.
Okay.
So it's say you don't want to come all day or you can't come for the whole duration of the conference. You can purchase individual day tickets,
Okay.
which are $30 per ticket. You can also purchase the full package for all 3 days, and that's our 3 day access ticket. That is $75.
Okay.
You can also choose to just come and participate in any one of the panel discussions that we have, and those tickets are just $15.
All right. That isn't a bad price.
No, ma'am.
It's actually, that's a really good price,
Especially for
right?
what you're
You're
going
gonna
to be
get,
receiving.
that's right.
Yes, we have some top name speakers coming. We have Dr. Tanya
I
Cunningham.
know, she's awesome.
She's
Yes.
amazing. We have Dr. Marguerite Johnson coming, and she's going to talk to us about juggling versus struggling, how to be professional business women and still handle our responsibilities as wives, mothers, friends, so on and
Yeah.
so forth. We have Dr. Cassandra Bradford coming, who's going to be talking to us about grants and funding for profit businesses. We have another young lady, Miss Erica DeBoss, and she is coming to talk to us about write the vision, make it plain.
Make it
And
plain.
we'll be talking about how to prepare an effective business plan.
Okay.
So we're touching on just about
Everything.
every single subject.
So tell me about the refresh and worship experience.
Yes. So as I mentioned, we focus on the mental, emotional,
Yeah.
spiritual, financial, and physical well-being. So the refresh worship experience is going to focus on just that. It's going to focus on that spiritual refreshing. Sometimes you just need to be able to come into a safe space where you can be vulnerable and you can allow your spirit to be fed. So that is what we're going to be
I'm
addressing.
laughing
So
because I know I can't sing, and I'm one of those that sing alto, tenor, soprano,
that's
everything.
all right.
But you know what? I really don't care if I can't sing. You know what I mean? Because you know the song, I sing because I'm
I'm happy.
happy.
Yes. And the
So,
Bible says make a joyful
joyful
noise.
noise.
So
That's
there it goes.
right.
He didn't say you always had to sing on key or
You know what I'm
anything like
saying?
that. Yes. But
So
worship is just,
it's
he receives
worship.
your worship. Yes.
You know what I mean? So let me ask you, because I know you've got all these amazing women coming into your conference. What are people saying about, well, why is she having so many people coming in at the conference? How is she going to make money? How is she going to... Do you find you get that a lot?
I have gotten that a lot. And my response to that is this conference is reflective of all of the plethora of issues and circumstances that just me, just little old
Yeah.
me, went through at one particular time. I was grieving. I lost my parents. I lost my marriage. I still had to be a mom. I still had to take care of my health and well being. I had to figure out how to juggle time for myself. I had to make time for my business. I had to learn the business, learn what funding was out there for me. I had to engulf and deal with each and every one of these issues on a day-to-day
Yeah.
basis, just me by myself, you know. So my logic or my thinking is, if I can deal with all these overwhelming issues and circumstances and situations at one time, there's so many people
People
like
going
me
through the same
who are
thing.
trying to juggle all of this,
Yeah.
you know, at one time. So why not come into a space where you can receive all of it at one time and address all of it at one time?
Because many times we don't realize the pain and the hurt somebody else is going through. And I'm going to let you all know, Yes, Miss Mary's putting on this conference. You need to buy a ticket because
Yes.
just because you might think today you haven't got the money, $75, $30 isn't a lot of money when you probably go out there and buy a drink. You can,
Yes.
you know what I mean? You're going to get something that's going to refresh your mind, your body, and your soul. Because God don't allow women like us to put these conferences on for us to fail because He's
Yes.
already got us, He's already telling us this isn't going to fail because as
Yes.
long as I'm part of it, the people will come. And you
Absolutely.
can see she's just a regular black woman, just like myself, who is trying to do the will of God, not for us, but for all you people out there.
Yes.
And that's why you need to come to the conference. Another thing I want to also ask you, because you said you got the Paid Forward project, what other umbrellas do you have under the Paid Forward? Because I know you've served the
Yes.
homeless, and I think you're
So,
part
yes,
of
ma'am. Under Pay It Forward
yeah.
projects, we have 5 different programs that we
Okay.
operate. Our first program is Tiffany's Heart, which is our unsheltered outreach program. Through that program, we go out, we feed the homeless, we provide clothing to them, hygiene care packages,
Okay.
seasonal clothing, tents, things of that nature to aid them in their struggle out on the streets. We also provide assistance to other organizations that go out in the
Yeah.
community. We provide them with our additional resources. We work with church programs that bring the unsheltered in and provide meals for them, and we offer
Okay.
assistance to them where they need it. We also have Sharon's Rose, which is our family resource program that is for low income families. Originally, it was for single parents, single
Yes.
moms, but there are two family households that need help as well. So we assist them with clothing, household goods, furnishings, emergency crisis situations. We provide aid to the
Okay.
low income families. We do all of that through our third program, which is MJ's Closet. That's my favorite, named after me.
Okay.
So that is our in kind donations, where we receive in kind donations from the community, and then we distribute those things out to the community through the various programs that we operate. So by receiving those in-kind donations, we turn around and we flip it. We put it right back out to the community, and we make sure that those things go out at no charge. So we don't charge for what we do.
So how can somebody help your paid forwards or any of the programs that you just told the audience about?
So you can help us. Number one, we always need volunteers. We always need extra hands and extra feet to get out into the community. So volunteers is a big thing for us. Right now, we are preparing for the warm weather that's headed our way. So we have a campaign where we are collecting. Our goal is 100 cases of bottled water.
Okay.
So typically, a large case of bottled water is about 40 bottles. So
Yeah.
we're looking to collect 4,000 plus bottles of water. And then we share that and we distribute that through our community partners that have the foot patrol that can get out on the street,
Yeah.
make sure that everyone has ample
Some
water
water
to
and
stay
yeah,
hydrated through the
That's
system.
right.
But not just water. We take any type of beverage or anything like that. We need hygiene products, lotion, powder, deodorant, toothbrushes, toothpaste. You can donate any of those
Anything that's
things.
right.
Yes, any of those things you can donate. Right now, we're collecting summer clothes. We're collecting shorts and
Okay.
t-shirts and tennis shoes. You can reach out to us. They can call our main number. That number is 682-382-7043. Again, that's 682-382-7043. You can call, they can make
Yeah.
arrangements. We can meet them to pick up those donations, or they can arrange to drop those donations off to
Okay.
us. And of course, we're always taking money, honey, because it takes money to
It
make
does.
it takes
It
money to make
does.
the world go round.
It
So
does.
if they want to make a monetary donation,
Yes.
right now we accept monetary donations via PayPal, through Pay It Forward Projects at Outlook.com. Now, the spelling of our email address is slightly different from the name of our organization. The word forward is actually spelled out. So it's Pay It Forward Projects at Outlook.com if you want to make a donation via PayPal.
Yeah.
If you would like to make a donation via Cash App, then it's going to be your $sign, the letters P as in Paul, I as in Indigo, F as in Frank, P as in Paul, Projects. So it's
Okay.
PIF Projects.
Okay.
So that's how you would make a donation via Cash App, and it would be the same thing as far as Venmo as well.
So do you find that people are reluctant to donate because they don't know you, or how do you get your donations?
It just varies depending on the season. We recognize that right now times can be hard for everyone.
Yes.
But we just believe God to provide what we need. So that we can be in turn provide what we need to the community and continue to make a difference in the community. We are a 501c3
Okay.
organization. We are registered with the government as a 501c3
Yes.
and recognized as a nonprofit organization in the state of Texas. We do provide tax exempt letters and
Yeah.
receipts, when you make your donations, and we send that information out to you via email, via U.S. mail, however you need us to get that information to you.
That is also, Miss Mary, before we finish, can you let the people know a little bit more, and once again, how they can register for your conference that you've got coming up, and can you let them know the date, the time, everything, and before we close
Yes,
out?
absolutely. And the one thing I did not mention is that
Go on.
I will have the beautiful Miss Valerie Castle presenting to us during our Healthy Living series. And Miss Val is going to be talking about your body is your business. I'm telling you, Miss Val, I came to you. You gave me that amazing massage. It was just phenomenal.
It was
I needed
painful.
it was, some pain just feels good,
Yes.
and some is needed. But I like that I learned from you while being on that table, and I learned some things about my body, and was able to identify
Yeah.
things. So I am excited to have you come
Thank
and
you.
talk to the ladies about how necessary it is to have a medical massage and to be able to identify those things and those stresses in your body, and how they have an effect on you. So Miss Val is going to be with us on Thursday during our Healthy Living series. So the name of the conference is the Inspire Project Sister to Sister Symposium. The Inspire Project Sister to Sister Symposium. It will be held May 2nd through the 4th. It's going to be held at the West Multipurpose Center located in Irving, Texas. That address is 4011 Conflans Drive. And you do not want to miss this conference. Again, you can purchase your tickets via Eventbrite. You can purchase your tickets at the door. We are going to take care of every aspect of the body, including feeding y'all real good.
You
So,
see?
yes.
What time is all this starting from in the morning to what time does it end in the evening?
So our sessions start as early as 9:30 a.m.
Okay.
And most of our sessions will end right at about 4:35 in the evening
Okay.
to allow time for that evening event. On that Monday, we have a free women's business and professional women's networking reception.
Okay.
You can come if you are a business
Which
owner.
Monday?
That not Monday, my
I was
apologies.
gonna
That's going
say.
to be on Thursday. On Thursday
Yes.
evening from 5 to 7, we have the business and professional women's networking reception. There is free admission. We have amazing vendors that are going to be there all week with some amazing products that you want to take advantage of. Come, bring your business cards. You can network. You can find people to collaborate with because we're better together than we are apart.
That's right.
So it's an opportunity to come out for that.
So one other thing, do you still need vendors to come to your
Yes, we are. We
show?
still have opportunities for vendors
Okay.
to be able to come out. You can reach out to us that same way. Once again, by calling 682-382-7043, and we can get you set up. If you want to come and be a vendor for every day, you can. If you want to do 2 days, if you want to do one day, any
Okay.
day that you come, it'll be a benefit to you.
So please reach out to Miss Mary, and she's going to take care of you. And I'm telling you, I can't wait. I'm already
Absolutely.
expecting some good food at the conference, and I haven't even
Yes.
gone there yet, and I'm already thinking about my belly. But I want to ask you one last thing before we close. What does "Don't Believe the Hype" mean to you?
Don't believe the hype means to me is that you have to be able to discern fact from fiction. You know, we're living in the era of social media and things like that, and AI, and all of these things can generate false narratives. But once again, it goes back to that scripture: our people fail for the lack
Lack
of
of
knowledge.
knowledge.
So before you are quick to assume or quick to take on what you hear on social media or things like that, research for yourself. Don't believe the hype. Educate yourself, empower yourself.
Thank you, Miss Mary, for coming onto our show today. And I cannot wait to come to the conference.
Yes.
And I pray God's blessing over it for you,
Thank you.
because at the end of the day, we can't do none of this without God.
Absolutely.
And so, to all the speakers who are coming, be prepared for an awesome event. And for all the vendors and everybody else, I'm telling you, you go, because you are going to be blessed. I will
Absolutely.
see you all back on another show. Thank you all for tuning in, and thank you, Miss Mary. Thank you
Thank
to
you.
the DJ, and bye, everyone.